Good morning, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. How's everyone doing today? Alright, everyone, I'm going to talk about something really uncomfortable, but it really needs to be discussed, okay? I'm going to talk about your man, and if he's putting time and space between you, he really doesn't love you, okay? Now, I get all kinds of questions online all day and every day about stuff like this. And I have to give people hard truths, okay? So I'm just going to talk about this situation in general, okay? So first I'm going to talk about people needing, like couples just needing time alone, all right? All couples need time alone, okay? Before you met your significant other, you were your own person, right? We're all our own people. We all have our own hobbies and interests before we met that other person. We all like to do things we like to do. So we all do need some alone time, okay? Because if you don't have some alone time, you're going to kind of get annoyed with each other. So you don't want to be like up in each other's grill constantly, right? You don't want to get in each other's nerves. You need that person to not be in close proximity, like in your face all the time, okay? So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea when I'm talking about this, okay? So you do need to give that other person enough breathing room. Like, don't hem them in, like don't get in their way. Get out of their way when they're trying to do things, walk around their house, and that kind of thing. Just give them enough privacy, give them enough space, give them enough room. And I'm talking about, like physically wise. Like, let them walk around in the house, and that kind of thing. Don't be a nuisance and that kind of thing. I'm talking about that, okay? You really don't want to create like a disturbance in their life. You don't want to be something unpleasant in their life, So I'm talking about just basically respecting somebody's personal space, their physical personal space. You don't want to sit in their favorite spot. You don't want to make a mess, that you don't clean up. You don't want to, just like be a nuisance and stuff like that. So you want to be respectful of their space. All right. You want to let people watch their favorite TV shows. You don't want to bug people when they're trying to sleep. That kind of thing. You want to just, when people are eating, you want to leave them alone and let them eat. You know what I mean? Don't come and talk to people when they're going to the bathroom. That kind of thing. I mean, there are basic ways you should just leave people alone when they're trying to live their life and just let people relax and live their life, right? So you don't want to make people so uncomfortable that they really just need to get away from you. You don't want to make people uncomfortable in your presence where they feel like they need to take little vacations from you because you're just too much to be around. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want people to feel like, okay, they're around you, but now they need to take a little break from you. You don't want to give them a real reason to want to take a break from you. You know what I mean? You want them to feel comfortable living around you if they're around you, okay? Or else there's no reason to be with somebody if you're making them uncomfortable around you, that they can't live around you, all right? So after you've been in the relationship with somebody for a while, and it's getting serious and you're getting into commitment and stuff like that, you're going to want to talk about living together, okay? After you've been with someone for a while, right? You're going to want to talk about, like after a couple of years, right? You're going to want to talk about living together. You're going to want to, you're going to want to start closing in on each other, right? You're going to want to talk about living together. You're going to be talking about marriage, future, because honestly, why would two people be in each other's lives if they weren't going to have a future together? That makes zero sense. Now, I understand everybody defines the relationship as something different, but personally, I don't want to be with someone if I'm not going to add to their life and multiply their wealth and that sort of thing, and have a family with them and build a future. And I'm not going to have a man in my life unless he's going to add on to me and take care of me and help keep me safe and that sort of thing, and be a counterpart. So I really don't want any men around who are just going to just come around every once in a while and just keep me company sometimes, and that's just sort of a useless waste of time. I want somebody who's really going to be a partner, somebody who's going to give me a future, not somebody who's just around for a few years and then I have to replace them. You know what I mean? That really doesn't make any sense to me. I want somebody who's a forever partner, somebody that we are going to build a life together. So that's somebody, originally, that, we fall in love and we're going to be under the same roof and we're going to work together as a team. So, these are two people who are going to live together, who are going to start a family, who are, going to be a unit, so that is, two people who are going to want to spend more and more time together and learn to live together, cohesively as a unit. So, anyway, that said, you don't want somebody who is looking for excuses to create time and distance between you two, because that is inconducive to a plan, right? You don't want to have somebody in your life where you're spending more and more time together, you're building a relationship, and they're doing things to where they could be spending time with you, they could be helping you, they could be adding on to your life, and they're creating more time away from you, and they're putting more distance between you. All right, I'm going to tell you why this is bad. All right, because everything that men do with a woman by their side, the woman makes them successful. Everything they do, men really become successful when they have a woman with them. Okay, so everything that they do with a woman by their side, the woman's going to enhance and make them successful. So of course they should want the woman by their side. Okay, unless they think they're with the wrong woman. They're not going to want her around, right? Because she's the old quote-unquote ball and chain, right? So unless he thinks that's the wrong woman, he should want her around. Because men think of their wife as a helpmate. He wants her around helping, and adding to him and making everything better. He should want her, he should feel that she's comforting him and making everything better and enhancing his image and everything like that. And before you go, oh, he's a narcissist for that. No. He should feel proud, to have her there. And happy, and look over at her and smile and be like, he's glad she's there. Okay. And everybody makes jokes like after they've been together for a while, he's tired of her and looks over at her and is annoyed that she's there. No, that's not really actually how you're supposed to feel. Okay. You're supposed to just be glad, your companion is right there. All right. So anyway, you should not want to create time and distance. All right. Here's the thing. As a lady, you have the man around. Men are providers and protectors. So you have that man in your life because he's improving your situation. Okay. If you have a man in your life and he's not making your life easier and better, right? And he's not protecting you. Here's the thing. If you have a man in your life and he's not helping you financially, okay, if you're hungry and he sees you don't have food and he's not bringing you food, or he's not checking on you, or he's not worried about you at all, there's something wrong there. He doesn't love you. He should be worried, if you have, medicine, he should be trying to pick it up at the pharmacy, or, worried about your health. If you don't feel well, he should be checking, hey, are you okay? Like, what's going on here? Why have you been in bed for 2 weeks? He really should care about that. That's really, that is a huge deal, right? So, That's just one thing. That is a really big deal, okay? He should be concerned about that. It's not like, he needs to drop everything and just be by your bedside. No, but he should be concerned about that. That's a big deal, okay? He should run to the pharmacy for you, for example, or run to the store and get you some soup, or something like that. He should be able to do that for you, okay? Or he should send you some food, or he should do something like that, right? Make things a little bit easier, okay? Or he should be helping you financially. But, eventually you two should be living under the same roof where he's taking care of you, all right? That is really what the end goal is. That's what he should be doing. Okay, here's the thing. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. But after you're in a committed relationship, you guys should not be taking separate vacations. And you're like, what? No, you guys are individuals. Well, if you're in a relationship, why are you taking a separate vacation? You really want me to tell you? Okay, well, you're a lady. Every time you leave the house, every time you log on to social media, everywhere you go, you're getting sexually harassed. Nobody cares that you're wearing a ring. They're still sexually harassing you. I know that as a mature woman, if I'm getting sexually harassed and hit up constantly, and I know it's happening to these younger ladies, if it's happening to a mature lady like me, still, like all the time, I know it's happening to other people too, okay? If you're willing to go thousands of miles away for a week and a half and leave your lady alone, okay, you're thousands of miles away for a week and a half. She's alone and people know she's alone. She's getting sexually harassed all the time and you know this, but you're willing to leave her alone and let that happen. Alright, first of all, it's really scary to get sexually harassed. It really is. I mean, besides the fact that it's annoying, it's also really scary. Let's take this a step further. People sexually harass you enough, it's not safe. Something bad could happen. You can get assaulted, and you can get assaulted in a way that I don't think is okay to say on YouTube. And go to the hospital. And possibly be deceased by the time you come back from your little vacation where you just had to be thousands of miles away alone for a week and a half. You felt okay leaving her alone for that to happen to her. You're okay with that, really. You obviously don't love somebody if you're able to do a thing like that. And that never occurred to you. Okay, you just don't get in a relationship and do things like that. Ladies, he doesn't love you if he wants to go on a separate vacation anyway. Because let me tell you what happened. So like he goes back to his hometown. He runs into some young lady he was obsessed with for 15 years. Okay, he was so hung up on her and everything like that. He runs into her. You're back home getting assaulted. He runs into her. She decides that she just suddenly wants to give him some. He realizes you're never going to find out. Do you think he's going to say no? So he's cheating on you, and you're back home getting assaulted. That's basically what's going on. Because he didn't love you enough to not take the vacation in the first place. So you're basically, whatever is happening to you, and he's cheating on you. So that's his vacation. Okay, and guys take vacations alone. That's sort of in the back of their mind. That's why guys like to take vacations alone, so they can flirt with other people. That's why they do it. Without you. So they can do whatever they want without you. There. That's basically why they do it. If they can choose to do something alone and have you with them, and they would just prefer that you're not with them, well, I mean, they're allowed to have some me time, but if they just want to have all this me time and not spend time with you, I mean, they can show you a good time for free or for very little money, but they just choose to just do things by themselves instead. but I mean, it would cost them little to nothing to do something nice for you and they just choose not to do it, you really have to question them. And you have to question them wanting to leave you alone like that. Because you know if it came to their female friends, they would show them that much more compassion. And they would show them much more concern. And they would, if the situation were reversed, they would see it to where, they would worry about their female friends. They're not worried about you, though. So you have to realize that man really doesn't love you. Okay? So if your man just, can show you a good time, can do all these things, can do all these nice things for you, and it doesn't occur to him, or he tries to take vacations without you and stuff like that, you just need to break up with him. Okay? Because he's wants to get away from you because he just low-key wants to cheat on you. Okay? And he low-key wants to leave you alone around predators. And he low-key just wants to not do nice things for you because he just wants to do things by himself without you. Okay? He's really not, he's really just doesn't love you. And you need to face that. So if he does things like that, you need to just go find somebody else. Okay? See, that's him putting time and distance. That's him refusing to consider you. Because if he thought one of his female friends, boyfriends or whatever, was doing that to them, he'd think, wow, what a jerk. And he'd feel sorry for his female friends. But see, when it comes to you, nope. But he would feel sorry for his female friends if he heard a story like this. So you have to consider that he really doesn't care about you. So if he can do all these things and do all these things for you and all this kind of stuff, and he just doesn't want you around, and he finds excuses not to see you and not to do things for you, and tries to take off as far as he possibly can without you, and I don't really care what the reason is. He really doesn't love you. He really doesn't. And I'm really sorry to break it to you, but that is the truth. Okay? And he can show compassion. He can show compassion to any female but you. And he's on that vacation flirting with other people, and you're in the hospital. And if you think I'm being a drama queen, I'm not. Because there's all kinds of people just waiting for him to leave. And even if they're not assaulting you, it's all these guys just waiting for him to leave so they can hit on you. And, people who are interested in you and all this other stuff, maybe you should give them a chance. I'm serious. So, and you need to tell him that. Don't, nope. Don't let people get away with stuff like that. And I tell the people that write into me, no. Because once you get into a serious relationship, if guys are doing that, that's them wanting to be single. That's them telling you aren't the one. They still want to be single. They still low-key want to cheat on you. And they probably are cheating on you in some capacity. They're keeping people in their life that shouldn't be in their life. Okay, they're doing things to you they shouldn't be doing. Okay, they're not showing you compassion. They're not afraid to lose you. They're taking you for granted. They're leaving you open to predators. Okay, they don't realize that you're beautiful, and other men are trying to get at you constantly. And they're just trying to get away from you. So, hun, you are worth so much more than that. So you need to let him know that. Okay? And it's okay to let him know that. So, that's what I have to say about that. He should be trying to do everything he can to spend as much time as possible and do as many nice things as he can. Okay? You don't want him constantly paranoid, where are you going? And like all up in your grill and hovering over you and, you know, acting like a bozo, having to walk you everywhere and just acting overprotective. And you don't want him smothering you and acting crazy, okay? That is totally not what you want. But you don't want a guy creating time and distance and trying to go off alone without you around, okay? Because that is a complete, total field full of red flags. He's endangering you. And he doesn't love you. So, that's all I have to say about that. You have a wonderful day. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. And I will see you in the next content. Bye-bye.